There is a belief that one can get enlightened by making an effort to be enlightened. But even thinking logically, it is clear that no one can enlighten by any effort, because to make an effort there must be the desire to achieve something. And with a desire in mind, even with a desire to be enlightened, one cannot attain the state of desirelessness called enlightenment. In Pali, enlightenment is called tanhakkaya, eradication of all desires. Then keeping a desire to be enlightened, how can a person get enlightened? On the other hand, all desires are based on the idea of a self. Desire means I want something. I is there behind every desire. Then how can one get enlightened? By maintaining the idea of I, the idea of a self, that I am separate, I am a separate entity from the rest of the existence. But in reality, we all are part and parcel of existence. Existence is selfless. Existence has no self-center. Things happen automatically. Though we think we have our own intentions, our own desires, and we are doing things that we want, that our self want, I want, the I-ness is there. But in reality, there is no self either in our body or in our mind, because both the body and the mind are in dynamic, constantly changing from moment to moment. Nirvana is a state of changelessness. There are no changes in Nirvana. Means Nirvana is defined as asankata. One aspect of asankata according to Buddha definition is titassa anyatatta napanyayati. The state of Nirvana does not get changed. It is an eternal, constant state, non-changing state. Everything else in the universe is changing in all dimensions, changing in the process of time. Time is a dimension. Changing takes place time. And changing happens within a certain boundary of space. The changing happens in space, bounded space. Nirvana is described as boundless state. In the Kevada Sutta, it is referred to as Anantam. Anantam means boundless in space. And very often, Nirvana is called Akaliko, meaning timeless, beyond the boundaries of time. And Nirvana is described as Ehipassiko Sanditiko. Ehipassiko, verbal meaning is can be seen here. Here means anywhere that we can see here. It is the locative state of the word called Ima in Pali. Ima means this. Therefore, A means anywhere that you can see here. And Sanditika means can be seen now. Therefore, Nirvana is here and now. At any time, at any place. It is here. It is not something that is changing. As there are no changes, there is nothing we can grasp in Nirvana. To grasp something by our sense organs, even through our mind, there must be a certain change. Change means certain boundary. There can be light, we can recognize light compared to the darkness. We can recognize one color when there are other colors on the boundary. Whatever that we can grasp by our mind has its own boundaries. Nirvana is free from all boundaries of time and space. Therefore, we can't grasp Nirvana. Therefore, we cannot make any effort to get hold of Nirvana. Nirvana is effortlessness, because efforts are made by the idea of self. Efforts are made with a motive. But to attain Nirvana, the mind must be free of the idea of self, the desires of the mind or I, the desires of the I called motives. Therefore, we cannot achieve, as I mentioned earlier, Nirvana with the I making an effort to get enlightened. It is beyond the I, beyond the time, beyond the space, beyond all aims, because it is the actual natural state behind everything that is changing. It is emptiness, as referred by the Buddha by the word sunyata. Sunyata means emptiness, void. Void of all dimensions, beyond all dimensions. Therefore, it can be grasped. No effort can be made to grasp it. To make an effort, there must be a certain limited entity. To make an effort, there must be a limitation of the present moment and the achievement of the desire of the present moment. There's a gap. But Nirvana, there's no gap, there's no space, there's no time, and there's nothing to be grasped. It means attaining Nirvana is getting dissolved in the emptiness of space and time. And that dissolution cannot be done by any effort, as I mentioned earlier, because when one makes an effort, there is the idea of the effort maker behind the effort, and also the aim of the effort, what is to be achieved by making an effort. Nirvana is said to be not an object of the mind, and aim is an object of the mind. Nirvana is called animitta, not an object of the mind. And we are aiming means we are thinking by our mind, I am now here, I am going there, somewhere else, or this is the present state, and I am going to achieve something that I have created in our mind. Aim is a mental creation. Aim is thinking. Nirvana is beyond thinking. That is why Buddha, after his enlightenment, uttered the paean of joy, saying, Visankara gatan chittam. What happened at the enlightenment? All thought forms got extinct. No thinking process. Nirvana is beyond the thinking process. Efforts are made on the thinking process with an aim, with a desire, with the idea of an effort maker, desiring some effect for the effort maker. Something is done. Nirvana cannot be done. In describing Nirvana in the Satya Nibbana, the Buddha says, it is not born, ajatam. It is not a happening, abhutam. It is not something that one can do, akatam. That effort is something one can do. Akatam means Nirvana is effortless. Not through any doing, akatam. Asankata, not composed of something that are available. These are the descriptions given to the Nirvana by the Buddha in the Satya Nibbana Sutta. That means Nirvana can be created by the mind as an idea. Nirvana is not an idea. All what we experience through the mind are our ideas. Nirvana is beyond all ideas. Our mind is full of ideas. Empty mind means a mind free of all ideas, all concepts, all mental images, all perceptions. That is the emptiness of the entire content of the mind. That can be realized through naturalization, being one with the ultimate nature of the nature. What is the ultimate nature of the nature? The nature is full of contents. Ultimate nature is free of all the natural content. Contentless. That is why it is emptiness. Emptiness is the real nature of anything. Anything can exist only in the emptiness of time and space. That emptiness is neither created, nor born, nor composed of, not done by somebody as said in the Satya Nibbana Sutta. Therefore, it is an effortless, timeless, boundless, spaceless phenomenon which is the ultimate truth of everything inclusive of us, but is the ultimate reality of ourselves, the emptiness. The apparent realities are only illusions according to Buddha. They are ephemeral. They are only constant changes. Dukkha means changing. Changing through the universal energy called the universal dynamism. Anicca means dynamic. Dukkha means changing from one state to another state. Therefore, anatta means the non-availability of any permanent identity of anything. It means no identity means complete empty, complete emptiness. To realize that one had to be empty of one's own thoughts, feelings, ideas, and whatever that is that one is conscious of. Free of all sensory signals. That is why the trance in which one can realize Nirvana is called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha, free from all sensory signals, a state of emptiness which cannot be achieved through any effort making, as I mentioned at the very beginning.